out, as he said, and of course making the start as a rookie. So to get a little bit extra rest at times is not such a bad idea.
It was June 20th, the last start for Brett Anderson. That was in San Diego. One and two now to Curtis Granderson.
Is that a different look for Adam Kennedy?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah. That is a different look. Do what you can to get rolling again. A's come in with a 31-43 record, as I said. 5 straight losses. And 17-20 at home. For the A's, they will try to have a little payback in this series. Remember, the Tigers swept the A's in Detroit, and it was an ugly series at Tiger Stadium or at Comerica Park.
Well, it scored about 34-9, something like that. A couple of double-figure games.
Just kind of one of those series that you just had to write off. The A's will try to even that up in this series as Granderson grounds out. 1 out here in the first.
Well, that's a good pitch by Brett Anderson on a 3-2, just saying, here it is, hit it. Even though Granderson has 18 home runs, still you don't want to walk him. He has speed, a 5-tool player, and especially with this guy handling the bat behind him at Polanco.
Talked about Polanco against the A's during A's pregame live, the .399 career average. This year, 3 for 10. Overall, .260 on the year with 4 homers and 30 runs batted in. It's this one to shallow center. And Ryan Sweeney into right center makes the catch. So 2 outs here in the first. Brett Anderson now will face Miguel Cabrera.
Batting in the 3rd position, first baseman, number 24, Miguel Cabrera.
Cabrera in that series in Detroit was 6 for 13 against the A's. Had a couple of RBIs. First pitch from Anderson in for a strike. Overall, .331. That's 3rd best in the American League. 16 homers, 47 RBIs.
Right. Talked about in the open about his power, but he's a very smart hitter too. He can look for certain pitches, or you pitch him a certain way, and he will know that and make some adjustments and do some serious damage.
Oh, and did we tell you he's only 26 years old?
Exactly.
That's hard to believe. Sixth in hits. And now 3-1. So he's got himself in hitter's count. Terrific power to right center. We've seen Cabrera hit a handful of home runs against the A's going the other way. It's Marcus Timms in the on deck circle. And the pitch down and away. Close, but just missed. So the first base runner of the ball game.
That says also a lot about Cabrera, is Brett Anderson using the outside part of the play a little bit more, which is good. These hitters, especially the power hitters, and looking up and down the lineup, they have a few guys that have power with their home runs. But you make a mistake inside, especially as a left-hander, ball tailing back in the middle of the plate, they can hit it hard.
Marcus Timms hitting in the cleanup spot.
A little Joe Morgan flap of the arm. Morgan, the Hall of Fame second baseman, as he stood at the plate, kind of flapped his left arm, getting ready. And Tim's a right-handed hitter, but his right arm doing a little bit of the flapping as he was waiting for the pitch from Anderson.
Anderson back off the mound, and now his foot back on the rubber. So the count 1-1. Timms with 5 homers and 12 RBIs. Swing and a miss.
I bet our guys can find some footage of Joe Morgan and just show that.
I bet they can, yeah. Yeah. Timms, good power, so you have to be careful.
He wasn't in the lineup when we were back there.
No, I think he was.
They still scored 34 runs without him.
Right. He was on the disabled list, I believe. Short lead by Cabrera. Breaking pitch is low, full count. So now Cabrera will be taking off with the pitch.
That's not a good sign. Both Cabrera and Timms are taking pitches like they know what's coming, like it's in batting practice, and someone's telling them, "Here comes a curveball." I mean, it's good hitting, but it's kind of strange to see all these pitches, these two hitters.
Yeah, sometimes you can tell a lot about a hitter or a pitcher in how guys take pitches.
Yeah.
So Cabrera will be on the move again. And it's high, ball 4. Back-to-back 2-out walks. And that'll bring up Ryan Rayburn. Rayburn's not a regular, and his numbers do not jump out at you, but he got big numbers against the A's this year.
Like a slam against Brett Anderson in the first inning.
He's just 3 for 9. I mean, that's nothing spectacular. But he's got 8 RBIs and 2 home runs and, as Ray mentioned, a grand slam.
3 and a third innings, 9 runs, only 3 earned against the Tigers for Brett Anderson. First inning should have been out of a 1-2-3 inning with about 10 pitches.
Cabrera dancing off second, and the pitch is fouled straight back, so it's 1-1.
Well, you asked for it. Here it is. Fastball where he tried to go inside, missed. Down the middle. That was the 6th start for Brett Anderson at Comerica Park. His first against the Tigers, this being his second.
Upstairs. Tigers hit 5 home runs in that series. They had 40 hits. But that was a while ago.
That was May.
That
Come
was
on.
a long time ago. Felt like 3 years ago.
Yeah, they only have a 4-game lead in the division. Jim Leland, their excellent manager, 3-time manager of the year. Former catcher.
That's right.
Big Cleveland fan.
So he was a Ray Gray Fossey fan.
Well, I wouldn't go that far,
Sure
but he is a very good manager. There's no doubt about that. He is into the game as soon as he gets to the park. Of course, even probably before that, much before that.
The night before, probably.
Hard breaking ball. Rayburn, a good job taking this pitch, but a very good pitch thrown by Brett Anderson. 2-2. I bet if he threw it right now, 3-2, he'd get a swing and miss. 2-2. Rayburn shortening up a little bit. Only 10 strikes of the 25 thrown.
Runners go, and good swing there by Rayburn, and that probably got a little bit more of the plate than Anderson wanted, but he got a foul ball out of it. Brandon Inge is in the on deck circle.
Scoreboard's got him throwing 96 miles per hour.
He has had 8 days off.
I was going to say, maybe that's the key. He throws a 96, that hard slider might be just the pitch.
Another foul ball, this one to the right side.
Well, the hard slider down and in is the pitch he likes to throw. Brett Anderson does, and it's usually got a nice little tilt on it where it's not flat, it's going back towards the back foot. And that's when you get some swing over, swing and miss, especially even some pitches in the dirt.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Stayed with the fastball and gets Rayburn. So a couple of runners stranded by the Tigers. Brett Anderson works his way out of the jam. Bottom of the first coming up. No score. to you by McDonald's. Kennedy, Cabrera, and Holiday at the top. Giambi is the cleanup hitter. Then Suzuki, Sweeney, Cust. Powell is going to be the DH tonight. And Mark Ellis. It's ninth. Rayburn in left, Granderson in center, Ordonez in right, Brandon Inge, Adam Everett, Placido Polanco, Miguel Cabrera, third to first on the Tigers infield. Gerald Laird is the catcher, and it's the youngster Rick Porcello. Quite a story coming out of the Tigers season is Rick Porcello, who's looking for his 9th win of the year. So quickly 0-2 to Adam Kennedy. Kennedy 286 with 6 homers and 25 RBIs. He looks like he's about 20 years old.
He looks like a baby.
because he is 20 years old. Unbelievable.
There he is, 15th start, and one thing about him at 20 years of age, he's not started one game in which he's thrown more than 99 pitches. To say they're taking care of their young future superstar, an understatement, and why not? I mean, they're just monitoring his pitch count. And
liner, center field, the base hit. Everett made a dive, could not come up with it. So Kennedy has a base hit.
Good way to start. He got a slow breaking ball after a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. So the high Sox, good start for Adam Kennedy, and there's no superstition in this game.
Here's Cabrera. Cabrera's been a hot hitter as of late. He's got an 11-game hitting streak. In those 11 games, 15 for 42. That includes the great numbers on this homestand. So it's good to see Orlando Cabrera, starting to get hot. The average at 247 right now, but it's come a long way. He was down in the low 220s.
Say we're just playing teams, the Padres, and come home playing different teams. There's Cabrera's, Gonzalez. It's the same in this series against the Tigers.
Cabrera gets the out at second base, and Cabrera is aboard.
What?
Man.
Wait a minute. You said he's out at second. Oh, that Cabrera.
Yeah.
Well, that Cabrera, the first baseman of the Tigers, made the play with a nice little soft toss to second base, and Everett at second. Knew only one play was going to be recorded and able to get it easily.
There's Matt Holliday. Holliday goes after the first pitch and rolls it foul. Matt hitting 274 with 8 home runs and 39 runs batted in. He was 4 for 10 in that series against his former team, the Rockies. Just missed off the plate. Big chopper. Polanco is going to throw to first and get the out there, and now in the rundown is Cabrera, and he will be tagged out. So that's a double play. Nicely done by Placido Polanco. Second inning coming up. No score.
Your favorite A's player to the All-Star game. Players, not just one, players. The All-Star game by voting up to 25 times at OaklandAthletics.com. Log on and cast your ballot today. Vote exclusively at OaklandAthletics.com. Vote against Thursday, July the 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So get busy. That's this Thursday.
A lot of work to do.
Send a few guys.
Sure. Brandon Inge hits one high to center. Sweeney back at the warning track, and he's got it. One out here in the top of the second. Check out our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Post your question by logging on to csncalifornia.com. Tony Hawkins from Los Angeles says, Ray, you said that hitters might be looking for Anderson to pitch inside. Shouldn't Suzuki be asking for more pitches away? And if shaken off by Anderson, be more insistent on pitch location?
He just threw a pitch outside.
There you go.
Now, I was just going to comment, and thank you for that question, because against Rayburn to end the first inning, it was a fastball outside that he swung and missed. Maybe thinking inside, opened up just enough, couldn't handle the outside fastball, and got a strikeout. So, to answer your question, he has made an adjustment, realizing that too many pitches have been thrown inside. But it's kind of the pattern that he established, because that's his best way of pitching. But he realized that hitters might be looking for them. You saw it in San Francisco, and so you make some changes, and that's the learning experience. That's making some changes, adapting to the changes that major league hitters make. I think we've already seen it in this game with some of the Tigers hitters looking maybe more inside and getting the outside fastball.
In there for a strike. So Magler Ordonez strikes out looking. Second strikeout for Anderson.
Well, this is a breaking ball that you normally go back foot, down and away, or down and in, but started out outside, came back door. And that was Magler Ordonez with a lot less hair.
Yeah, doesn't even look the same. So here's Gerald Laird with 2 outs.
What a difference.
Laird 234 with 3 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Laird his first year with the Tigers, coming over from the Rangers in a trade. The Tigers had Juan Rodriguez for 3-4 years as their catcher, and then they traded him midway through last year. So they were looking for a catcher, and they got one in Laird.
Another good fastball outside, even out of the strike zone, but Laird, big swing, no contact.
Pretty good pitch. Marvin Hudson is the home plate umpire.
Didn't like the high strike, had the plate, but maybe a little bit too high for Hudson.
Got him swinging. There's that fastball away, and Fred Anderson has 3 strikeouts. Bottom of the second coming up. Giambi's going to lead it off. No score. Beautiful night for baseball. Bottom of the second inning at the Coliseum. No score between the A's and the Tigers. Giambi, Suzuki, and Sweeney. I mentioned the A's record coming in. The Tigers 42-33, and as Ray said, a 4-game lead in the AL Central. Cabrera has it, and Giambi is retired.
Good changeup from the hard-throwing right-hander, and you look at Porcello. Yeah, and Giambi with the shift. That doesn't make anybody happy, and that's especially for Giambi and Cuss. But the numbers, the standings, the Tigers ahead of the Twins by 4 games. And then the White Sox, Kansas City, and Cleveland, one in double figures behind, and Kansas City close. So maybe a 3-team race in the division.
Well, the Tigers have played very well at home. They have a 23-11 record at home. They're 19-22 on the road. And they are in the middle of a 9-game trip. This is the second stop. They'll go to Minnesota after this. What the Tigers have done, they've won at home, and they've played very well against the A's division, the AL West. They're 14-4 against the West. We mentioned 3-0 against the A's, but how about this? Tigers are 6-0 against the Texas Rangers. 3-1 now to Kurt Suzuki. So Detroit, after a very disappointing season last year where they were 74-88, they bounced back and turned things around here in 2009. 1-out walk for Suzuki.
Well, credit that man. He will not accept any credit, but Jim Leyland is the reason. I think we saw Jim Tracy and the way the Rockies are playing for their new manager and how well they're playing. And Jim Leyland is no nonsense guy. You play or you don't play, basically. Simple as that. He makes out the lineup card, but you play hard for him.
Or in the case this year of the Tigers, you pitch well, or you don't pitch, because last year their pitching was not good at all. This year it's been very strong, and it's the main reason why they have turned it around from last year. Ryan Sweeney's hot. He lines a single to left field. So Ryan Sweeney had a 3-hit game yesterday, and he gets a hit in his first at bat tonight.
And the 3 hits yesterday from center field to left field. That ball tailing away. Nice tailing fastball for Porcello, but excellent hitting by Ryan Sweeney, taking the pitch to the opposite field. Say all you want about Ryan Sweeney and his size, maybe more home runs. Those will come eventually, but you never take away the ability and what a guy does to take a pitch away from him and go to the opposite field. Smart hitting. Pitchers want you to roll over on the pitch, and Ryan Sweeney just shows exactly how you're supposed to hit the pitch.
Curveball to Jack Cuss drops low. 13 home runs and 38 runs batted in for Jack. Landon Powell is in the on-deck circle. He's trying to grab an early lead. That is something that did not happen over the weekend against the Rockies. The A's never had the lead in that series and got behind by a little bit too much in really all the games. Cabrera has it. Short hop, throws to second, and they get the out there. So Miguel Cabrera made a pretty nice play on a tough hop.
Almost looked like he thought there was a runner in third. He's going to the plate. Then stopped quickly through to second and almost threw it too far to the right. But a good play with the big guys first, who, of course, played third base, but ran far enough to clear himself out of the way of Ryan Sweeney. And a good stretch by Everett at second. Is that Sweeney giving a safe sign? Maybe he thought he pulled his foot off the bag.
Good try.
Yeah.
Landon Powell with a chance to give the A's the lead. First and third, 2 outs. And there's a strike in the inside corner. Powell was in the lineup yesterday behind the plate, and I would think Landon Powell's thrilled. 2 starts in a row, one as the catcher and one as the DH. For a guy who only has 60 at-bats on the year, back-to-back starts is huge.
And I think what Bob Guerin is doing is good because he does have both catchers in the lineup, but it is rare that something happens to a catcher. I mean, you're always more concerned about it.
And they're going to get Kurt Suzuki on the fake throw to second, and the tag is made by the pitcher. So a big-time mistake by Kurt Suzuki, and he's out. And the A's do not score. 3rd inning coming up, no score.
Hi fans, it's time for the Alameda County Fair Pop Quiz. My young contestant Bradley here from Brentwood has a chance to win tickets for himself and
the bottom of the second, actually pre-planned by both clubs. Fake by Gerald Laird to draw the runner down the line. But from the A standpoint, that was, if he throws through, take off to try to score on a double steal. But Gerald Laird did it perfectly with the throw fake to second base, and Kurt Suzuki came down once he saw the arm come up to throw to second base, and then the rundown ensued, and they got Kurt Suzuki. So the A's trying to steal a run, but the Tigers had the play on as Gerald Laird executed it perfectly. And the only player I've ever seen, see, Laird had the ball in his hand when he faked the throw to second base. Tony Pena, when he was catching, actually made that play. He came out, but caught the ball, kept the ball in his glove, and just threw it with his hand, because you take the chance of letting the ball go.
Oh, yeah.
If he fake it right there, he could have thrown the ball on the ground if he didn't have a good grip. But he did it perfectly. And the rundown, the only problem with this is getting the pitcher involved in the rundown, and Porcello was there, but was executed perfectly by the Tigers. Unfortunately, he's trying to steal a run.
Adam Everett with the leadoff single, and now it's the top of the order, and Curtis Granderson. Swing and a miss by Granderson. Granderson out of the leadoff spot, 18 home runs this year. He and Brandon Inge tied for the team lead, and both tied for 6th most in the American League. But we've seen Granderson enough now to know that he's probably a little bit more than a leadoff hitter. He's a guy who has good power and very good speed. Swing and a miss, 0-2. But he's also a guy who will strike out a lot. 12 home runs on the road this year for Granderson.
Jason Bay of the Red Sox with 12. Canadian is going to become a U.S. citizen.
He's going to become very rich too at the end of this year because he's a free agent.
Like I said, I might as well become a U.S. citizen. I'm actually working here and living here and going to make a lot of money here.
Now, Granderson's home run totals this year, we saw 18. Last year he had 22. The year before that, 23. So he will surpass those numbers if he stays healthy. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Good slider there by Brett Anderson.
4 strikeouts in this one. A very good slider. He's using it to the righties. Of course, the lefty's even better because he throws it hard. This one ends up out of the strike zone, but an excellent pitch to the left-handed batter. Granderson just happens to be a leadoff hitter, but typically home run hitters do strike out a lot because they have the big strong swings even with 2 strikes. A lot of clubs would take him though. But he is a fixture in Detroit and can cover ground in center field, which is big at Comerica Park.
Placido Polanco steps up. Well, Polanco, the question is, will he remain a fixture in Detroit? His contract is up after this year. Or right when the Tigers traded for him 4 years ago, they gave him a 4-year contract. They liked what they saw. Can't blame him. But he's now 33 years old, still a good player. We'll see if the Tigers reinvest their money in Placido Polanco as their second baseman.
He's a great number 2 hitter because he does make contact. Not that type of contact that he's looking for, more of ground balls and line drives because he's not really a big power hitter, even though he has 4 this year. But we talked earlier about how he chokes up with the bat. He uses a short bat anyway and chokes up, and I mean, very hard to strike him out. Gold Glove second baseman. This is very rare. You very rarely see hitters choke up, and he's a good couple of inches off the knob of the bat. Have great bat control though when you do that.
Anderson gets ahead of Miguel Cabrera, who walked in the first inning. There's that fastball away, which we've seen Anderson throw more of tonight against right-handed hitters. The Tigers this year are 8th in the American League in runs scored. 4th in home runs hit. So they're kind of in the middle of the pack offensively, and that's where the good pitching comes in. Line drive, center field, base hit. A breaking pitch, and Cabrera, just do not see him take a lot of bad swings.
Especially with a breaking ball that's thrown this slowly, and just happy Brett Anderson was able to duck out of the way, and very happy also there was a line drive single to center field. Excellent hand-eye coordination. And as you say, very young. With a lot of experience.
Here's Marcus Timms. Same situation for Timms as the first inning. He came up with 2 on and 2 out. And he struck out. I take that back. It was Timms who walked to make it first and second, and then Ryan Rayburn struck out. So Timms with the first inning base on balls. breaking pitch. A good one, but just a bit inside. Everett, the runner at second, he has pretty good speed. Cabrera at first does not have good speed. That ball's driven deep to left, but foul. So Timms hit one a mile, but it stayed foul. Thank goodness.
And again, the scoreboard showed 96, so I think he might have been looking for the fastball.
Well, he knew it immediately. The ball, I don't think it ever really had a chance to stay fair.
Might have cut just enough in on him that he opened up and able to hook it. Foul, fortunately.
Count is even at 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Good fastball right down the heart. Timms missed it. 5 strikeouts now for Brett Anderson, so he's off to a good start. Bottom of the third coming up. No score. Good looking family at the ballpark. Trying to get their A's a victory tonight. A badly needed victory. Quickly 0-2 to Landon Powell.
And I think being back in the American League, no more interleague play, a little familiarity with teams are playing. So you can not have to put so much emphasis on the scouting report, although the staff, the players do, but makes it a bit better, I think, to know who you're playing.
Interleague over. Actually, there's one more game. The White Sox and the Cubs have to make up arena.
Poor guys.
Yeah.
North or south side? Didn't see that.
You know, and I think it was a game at Wrigley.
There'll be a sellout. Final game of the series with the Tigers is the next double play Wednesday. First pitch is at 12:35, and you can get Plaza Reserve and outfield tickets for $2 and hot dogs for just $1, courtesy, as always, of Bart. Order tickets online now at oaklandathletics.com or call 877-493-BALL. That is day after tomorrow. 7:05 start tomorrow night. Second game of the series, and then the series and homestand finale on Thursday, or Wednesday, that is. Thursday, the A's will be traveling. It's an off day, so it must mean travel.
Oh, yeah. To Cleveland. Mark Ellis hits a line drive, but right at Granderson. So a couple of well-hit balls by Powell and Ellis, but 2 outs. Speaking of interleague, the A's finished 5-13, so it was a tough year. Tigers finished 10-8. The team with the best record in interleague was the Angels, 14-4. The Rays were 13-5. The Twins were 12-6. Those were the 3 best interleague records. American League won the AL-NL battle, 137-114. So they won the season series.
And of course, the Angels, with their success in interleague play, put them a game and a half ahead of the Rangers, who they are playing in the series now.
Yeah, and they're in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Angels with a 5-2 lead over the Rangers in Arlington. Ryan Fuentes has come in, and he's trying to close it out. So that is a big series.
Yes.
One and 2 to Adam Kennedy. Fastball runs inside. And the attendance again this year, interleague, 16% higher than non-interleague games. So that has been the case over the years, and that is one of the reasons why interleague is here to stay. Average attendance at interleague games 33,351. Average attendance at non-interleague games so far this year 28,700. Full count to Kennedy, with Orlando Cabrera waiting in the on-deck circle, hoping to hit. Bounced over the mound. Polanco has it, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Rick Porcello. 4th inning coming up. A's Tigers, no score. Brett Anderson has 5 strikeouts so far in the game. Threw a lot of pitches in the first inning. But has minimized his pitches in innings 2 and 3. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and he just threw pitch number 60. It's Rayburn, Inge, and Ordonez. Here's our Firestone leaderboard. A's rookie pitchers. Most starts by rookie pitchers this year. A's with 49 starts made by the rookies. I'm not surprised by that. We knew it going in. And then the A's added Mazzaro about a month ago.
And Gio, who comes in for Outman, who was a rookie. So still have 4 rookies in the rotation. And looking forward to seeing Gio tomorrow night. And I think it's the success of Brett Anderson tonight pitching outside. And typically you think of a lefty and it just any natural movement away from the right-handers. Have a lot of success in the outside part of the plate. And whenever he is able to hit the outside corner on a consistent basis, then he's going to get more confidence. Then the umpire is going to start calling more. And that's when the catcher can move out a little bit farther. Take that little tailing action away from the right-handers. And think, of course, of 300-plus game winner Tom Glavine, who has most recently tried to come back and question whether he's going to retire. But he just lived outside. Occasionally threw inside to show the right-handers, but can do a lot by staying outside.
1-1 the count to Brandon Inge, who hit a fly ball to center field. That was in the second inning. Ray, you mentioned Josh Outman, and the announcement was made today. What we expected, he will have surgery on his left elbow, and that will happen tomorrow. The details, possible rehab time, the time he'll be out, not really sure, but he's going to be out for a while, and we will not see him obviously anymore here in 2009. And it may be a while into 2010, so we wish Josh Outman the best of luck with his elbow surgery.
Well, that's 3 players. Joey Devine in spring training, Danny Geis after he joined the club, and now Outman. Brandon Inge got a fastball on 3-1 count. Found the 5.5 hole for a base hit in left field.
Yeah, I mean, think of how good Joey Devine was last year. That's a line drive base hit, Megler Ordonez. So back-to-back 1-out hits for the Tigers.
Number 8, Gerald Laird.
Fastball supposed to be inside, leaked a little bit outside. So there's a case of maybe inside out swing, pretty good swing by Ordonez, which that's his style of hitting. There's only 3 home runs this year, which is very unusual.
Gerald Laird steps in. So Brett Anderson allowed 2 base runners in the first. Tigers didn't score. He had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the second, but 2 more base runners in the third, but he worked out of it. And 2 more here in the fourth. He will have to do it again. Laird struck out swinging to end the second inning. Jammed in that one. Pops a foul over the Tigers dugout. So quickly 0-2.
Back-to-back breaking balls. The second one, they questioned the home plate umpire. Was it a strike?
Well, that's a pretty good 0-2 pitch right there. As Laird almost went after it. Was able to hold up. Oh, maybe now, Ray. So a breaking ball inside, a fastball inside. Maybe now it's time to go back outside and get him to roll over on it.
Or if he struck out on that pitch last time, double up inside with another fastball and maybe catch the inside corner. .28 in the first inning for Anderson, then 18 in the third. He's a ground ball to get 2 quick outs.
And that's another good take by Laird. A lot of guys would swing at that one.
Started outside. That might have been the thing that helped Laird hold up his swing. If they'd started more to the middle of the plate, down and in, out of the strike zone, might have swung over it.
Runners take off, and the pitch is foul back. So Jim Leyland moves the runners with 1 out.
There's a sign that's given by Kurt Suzuki to let the middle infielders know where he's going to throw if there is a strikeout. Ordonez at first not being held, so he can get a big jump. Both have decent speed.
Ellis doing his best to hold him on. Runners go, swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. And both runners will get credited with a stolen base. But 2 outs now, second and third.
Well, and not surprised that Kurt Suzuki did not throw a high leg kick. Both runners got great jumps. Kurt was going to throw to second, but Ordonez had a big lead, big jump, and put it in your back pocket. That's a smart thing to do.
Or just throw it and make sure your arm hits Laird right in the back. Yeah. They have to call interference, right?
Only if he's over the plate. Yeah, exactly.
Adam Everett steps in. And a good breaking pitch. Anderson gets a strike. Everett singled in the third.
Well, how much does Laird go across the plate?
Enough.
Yeah, he could have gotten it. Yeah. That might be exactly why he stopped too. I don't know. He wouldn't have gotten Ordonez, but he would have definitely had to make sure that if he had thrown, he would have made contact, or could have, and had to make contact. Otherwise, it's not interference.
Anderson, good curveball and a good fastball, and it's 0-2 to Everett. Grounded toward Ellis. He's got it, and that will do it. Brett Anderson works out of a jam again. So through the first 4 innings, the Tigers have stranded 6. Bottom of the 4th coming up, no score. B. Cabrera hits one on the infield. That's the first down. Well, make sure you tune into our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Dave Benz. Oh, no. Dave Benz is no longer filling in. Greg Papa's back, and we are glad to see Greg back. His show tonight, 11 o'clock, San Jose Mayor Chuck Reed. That'll be interesting.
Wonder what they're going to talk about.
You know what? We may want to tune into our sister station. So, again, that's tonight at 11 o'clock on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Chronicle Live. Come to Papa. Matt Holliday hit into the 4-3-6 double play. And he's got a base hit here as he lines one to left. Hit number 3 for the Athletics against Porcello.
First baseman, number 16, Jason.
A fastball down and in, 93. Good to see Matt Holliday turn on the fastball down, and solid base hit to left field.
Jason Giambi grounded out to first. His first at bat. He's made a roster move today. Travis Buck was called up. And Jack Hanahan was sent back down. So Hayes added Travis Buck. And we're waiting for his arrival. He's should be here at any moment, actually.
And then from Las Vegas, where the Rivercats are playing. He's a Mark Ellis, and the Rivercats were playing Friday, and then went to Las Vegas, and on Saturday he decided to come here and not go to Las Vegas because he did start yesterday.
So 3-0 now to Giambi. Porcello has walked 1. He has not struck anybody out. And that, for him, pitch count wise, was number 50. Ray said that the Tigers watch his pitch count pretty close. He's not gone over 100 pitches this year. Porcello, just 20 years old, as we said. It won't be 21 until December. Can you believe that?
You know, you think about that.
It's unbelievable.
Just a couple of years ago, he was pitching high school.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean,
he was a first-round pick in 2007. And he didn't sign till late, so he did not pitch professional baseball in 07.
About the month of May following a not so impressive April.
Outside with Holliday going.
A 9-1 win over the Athletics at Comerica Park. It's back on the 16th of May, and pretty good for 6 innings. 87 pitches in the outing. Struck out 5, a couple of walks versus Dallas Braden.
So last year was his first and only season in the minor leagues. He made 24 starts in single A through 125 innings. So really, if you think about this year being in the big leagues, once you start getting up to 145, 150, that's a pretty significant jump.
Well, I don't know, we're thinking far ahead, but as well as he has pitched, you think about the Tigers getting the postseason.
Well, that's right.
You know, what do you do in October? I mean, 125 innings, and that's the reason they're monitoring him now.
And there may be a time where, maybe August or even early September, where maybe you have to back him off a start or two. I mean, coming into this start, 78 2/3 innings, and we're almost to the halfway point of the season.
Well, there's nobody better than Jim Leland and handling a pitching staff, so there's not going to be any problem. He
shot fair down the third base line. Holliday will score. Giambi digging to third. He'll stop there. Kurt Suzuki with an RBI double, and the A's have the lead.
Well, Kurt Suzuki took a pitch that was up and in, almost hit him, and then got a similar pitch, a little bit up, and maybe thinking as a catcher, they want him back it up with a fastball in. He turned on it. Matt scored easily. Kurt Suzuki, excellent job of turning on a pretty good fastball from Porcello.
31st RBI of the year for Kurt Suzuki. And Kurt now a little 5-game hitting streak. Rick Knapp, pitching coach, a quick visit with his young right-hander. And here's Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney had a base hit in the second inning. On the outside corner, a strike. Sweeney's average now up to 265. He's got 5 hits in his last 6 at-bats. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
And a good one. Down and away. Look at that ball. He sinks down and out of the strike zone.
Threw it again, and this time Sweeney takes it.
Looked a little bit uncomfortable as he looked back a couple of times towards second base, and of course runners at second and third. Suzuki's not doing anything, but it's almost like as he came to the set position and didn't throw change up as well on the previous one.
Bounce, Cabrera has it, and Porcello was late, and Sweeney gets a hit, and Sweeney gets an RBI as Giambi scores. It's 2-0 A's.
Well, contact with the infield back, and A's score the run, but even better, Porcello. You know, he probably was looking at Polanco as far as Cabrera range to his right, and he thought it was going to be to Polanco, and Cabrera could take the throw. Instead, no throw and no throw.
And normally you're going to say the pitcher made a mistake there, and he did, but Cabrera may have made a mistake as well. It looked like he went, yeah. Polanco throws in the dirt. Cabrera digs it out, and that's a double play. So the A's get a pair in the 4th, and they lead 2-0 after 4.
will take on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Game time 105 of the first 10,000 fans that day will receive a Kurt Suzuki player t-shirt brought to you by Supercuts. Tickets are on sale now at oaklandathletics.com, or you can call 877-493-BALL. Angels will be in after the break, and more than likely, if this holds true to form, they'll be in first place.
Like right now. They won again tonight. Angels 5, Rangers 2 in Arlington, and that's a final. O'Sullivan the winner, Padilla the loser. Rivera and Morales homered for the Angels. Murphy and Bird homered for Texas. Line drive right at Cabrera. Granderson's out, 1 out. So that'll bring up Placido Polanco. So that win by the Angels, they're 6th in a row, and they have now won 13 out of their last 16. They're 10 games over 500. So their lead is now 2.5 over the Rangers in the AL West. Mariners have the night off. Right back to Anderson, and Polanco's retired.
3 pitches to the first batter, Granderson. 2 pitches to the second batter, Polanco. And when your pitch counts at now 86, that's what you like to see.
Well, this inning, if all goes according to plan, may get Brett Anderson another inning later in the game.
Well, you like to think also with 3 extra days rest, it would help him also to be able to pitch deeper in the game. Pitch count is the important factor.
So 1-0 to Cabrera. Single and a walk tonight for third place hitter in the Tigers lineup, Miguel Cabrera. Big hop for Mark Ellis. So a very good inning. 8 pitches for Brett Anderson. He's retired 5 in a row. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 2-0 Athletics. Off for the A's, and first pitch he sees up the middle, center field, a base hit. Hit number 6 for the Athletics, and that brings us to our CSNCalifornia.com poll question that was featured on A's Pregame Live. But it's a tough question. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to cast a vote here. What move would you most like to see the A's make? Trade Holiday, trade Kennedy, trade for a bat, trade for a pitcher, sit tight. I don't have to make that. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. To cast your vote, again, go to the A's page on CSNCalifornia.com. Give you the results on A's postgame live. Marcellus off his foot, so the count even at 1-1. He's got 2 runs on 3 hits in the 4th inning off Porcello. Only runs in the game so far. The A's very much need to have a good series against the Tigers. Ray mentioned traveling on Thursday, and it's a 10-game road trip. Cleveland, Boston, and Tampa Bay. Now, the Indians struggling this year, but Boston, well, that's you know that, and Tampa Bay is playing good baseball. So that's how the July schedule will get started for the Athletics. Drilled left field. Go! Mark Ellis, a 2-run homer, 4-0 Athletics. First of the year for Ellie.
Well, that's one guy you could not be happier. 90-mile-an-hour fastball right in the middle of the plate. And Mark Ellis, a double yesterday. Line drive to center, his first at bat, and it's hit so hard it could not go foul. So maybe that's one for the new little baby girl to be born sometime this week.
That's right. His
wife Sarah and the sister for Briggs, his 2-year-old son.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah, maybe Sarah got excited.
That's right.
Oh, that's great. Well, he had a ball yesterday just foul that would have really helped the A's, maybe even beat Aaron Cook and the Rockies. And Jim Scanlon, the excellent A's hitting coach, said, you know, I don't show a lot of emotion. And he said, I knew that was going to go fair. And he said, I was so bummed out when it went foul. That was one hard hit ball by Mark Ellis, just foul down the left field line.
Well, I think it would have tied the game.
Look at this nice swing and get a mistake. Laird moving inside where the pitch ultimately ended up, but did not get to his mitt. But it sounds great. And just over the 330 sign, just fair, as we have talked about so often.
And there's a base hit for Adam Kennedy. 3 straight hits for the A's against Porcello. And now 8 hits in the game.
Well, Adam Kennedy just kind of served it out to left field. A tailing fastball away from him. That's just great hitting. That's why he's in the leadoff spot. Single to center in his first at bat on the 1-2 fastball. And this one a 3-2 fastball to left field.
All right, maybe that offense is coming to life a little bit. You look at what happened on Saturday night. The A's lost the game, but they had 14 hits. Yesterday, you look at the score and you're thinking, well, the offense didn't do much. That one's bounced into left field. And going to third is Kennedy. Cabrera with a hit-and-run base hit. So action in the bullpen.
Well, a 2-run home run, a base hit, then a hit and run. And again, that 2-seam fastball perfectly placed in the heart of the plate. And even placed better by Cabrera. You know how many times on a hit and run with the ball hit the left field, the runner would stop at second? Adam Kennedy didn't hesitate. Rayburn came up with the ball, and the smart play for him was to throw the ball to second and keep the double play in order.
So another visit by Rick Knapp, the pitching coach. A single, a homer, a single, and a single. And the hitting streak for Cabrera is now at 12. But what I was saying, Ray, Saturday night you get 14 hits. Yesterday, the final score in the game is 3-1, but the A's had 11 hits. The problem was they went 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position and could not push more than one run across. But the hits were there, the opportunities were there. Now tonight you already have 9 hits, and it's just the 5th inning. And if you keep getting hits, at some point you'll start scoring runs.
Absolutely. Last 9 batters face the numbers you saw. But you know, the pitch count for Porcello just at 75, and of course it is a 5th inning. But the one thing that he has learned to do, first 18 batters he faced tonight, 11 of those batters either made out or got on base, and most of them made out. So he was limited the pitches per at bat, and of course that's enabled him to pitch the last 2 innings, though 18 last inning, a few more this inning. These are the opportunities the A's have to cash in on. Runner at third and less than 2 outs.
Holiday went after a pitch, may have been a little bit down in the strike zone. Rolls it foul, so the count 2-2. Nobody out.
He's got his pine tar on his helmet.
Yep.
Doesn't need any on his bat or in his hands.
Up the middle. Everett has it. Has a little trouble getting it out of his glove, but does, and they get Cabrera at second. The run comes in to score to make it a 5-0 game, but Bob Guerin is going to come out and he's going to argue with Angel Hernandez. It's a fielder's choice RBI for Holiday. Cabrera out at second.
And Jim Leland on the way to the mound to make the pitching change after an unbelievable play by Everett. Could not get the ball out of his glove and eventually flipped the ball back to Polanco, who was covering second. You know, Bob Guerin looked at it, but if you look at the left foot, watch your left foot by Cabrera as he slides into second. It looks like he's on the bag, but it's up. The foot is up and then goes down, and that's usually the pop-up slide. Unfortunately, instead of the foot staying on the ground into the bag, it's elevated, and it looked like a pretty good call by Hernandez.
Pitching change. A's with a 5-0 lead. Out in 78 pitches. So just 1 out here, and This is Fu-Tae Ni, and he is making his major league debut right now as he faces Jason Giambi. So Fu-Tae Ni from Taiwan.
Sure, he's pitched in the World Series.
Look who made it.
Yeah.
All right.
Travis Buck, welcome back, Travis, and hope you're here to stay for many years. Here with the Little League World Series with the Taiwanese teams that just won every year.
Yep, every year. And it wasn't even that close. In for a strike. So Fu-Tae Ni was signed in early January of this year. Technically a non-drafted free agent. He's 6 foot, 175 pounds. And what you're seeing more and more, Ray, is teams going all over the world looking for talent. It wasn't always that way, but it is now.
Wow. That's why if you make it to professional baseball, and I say professional baseball, much less major leagues, and even more so to the major leagues, you're doing something, because it used to be 1 in a million, but that was with U.S. born players. You're right, they are coming from all over the world. They're trying to sign them. Building baseball academies in various countries. The Olympics have helped. The World Baseball Classic has helped.
He has added Giambi 0-2. Kind of a high slider, and Giambi checks his swing and fouls it. Jason scored on the Ryan Sweeney base hit in the 4th inning. So 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th for the A's.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie at 20 or a veteran at 31 or 32. You take starts like this very hard. He knows his Tigers in first place by 4 games starting play tonight over the second place Twins.
So the fastball, Giambi swings and misses. That's the second out here in the 5th.
Well, he threw all strikes, some with a check swing, but this fastball is supposed to be outside. Ends up coming back. Laird had to reach back far to his right to make the play.
So here's Suzuki. You know, Ray, looking at Porcello's starts this year, he's really only had a couple that have been really bad, where the numbers just are not there. So he's probably not used to it. But a struggle tonight. The 9 hits that he gave up ties the most he's given up this year. First time was his major league debut. Toward Granderson in center. Side retired. Good inning for the A's. They score 3 times, 2 of them coming on Mark Ellis' first home run here in 2009. We head to the 6th inning at the Coliseum. A's 5, Tigers nothing. and low financing. Beautiful shot of the Oakland Coliseum. It's 5-0 A's lead. They knocked out Rick Porcello in the bottom of the 5th. So the Tigers will come to bat here in the top of the 6th. Marcus Thames, Ryan Rayburn, and Brandon Inge. Mark Ellis, the home run, first of the year. So Brett Anderson has some runs to work with, and he's been very good so far. 6 strikeouts through 5 innings. Just a bit inside, so now 3-0. Thames, Rayburn, Inge. And a 4-pitch walk.
It's amazing how that happens in Brett Anderson. Some tough situations tonight already in the first 4 innings. Got out of a couple of tough jams, leaving a couple of runners on base. Had a 1-2-3 8-pitch 5th inning. Gets a 5-0 lead, and the new father, Michael Wirtz, starts to get loose in the bullpen. A 4-pitch walk to Thames.
All right, so what's Kurt Young going to say? We just gave you 3 to extend the lead to 5.
And you're good enough to pitch at least the 6th, even though you have 93 pitches now. So take it. 6th inning, give Michael Wirtz a little chance to get loose.
Game 2 of the series tomorrow night. A's pregame live 6:30. The ball game at 7. Pitching matchup: Gio Gonzalez and Armando Galarraga. Gio Gonzalez will make his 2nd start. Got knocked around in his 1st, so looking forward to Gio putting it together and having a good start, and maybe that will be the start of a good run for Gio Gonzalez. And there's an opening in the rotation. Whoever wants to grab it.
That's right. And for those, the opening is there also for those who might be watching, don't have high definition, and a chance to
you are smooth.
Chance to get it before tomorrow night, because to go on the road you don't know. So high definition is there just for the asking.
Just weaved it all together.
Well, hey, you know,
weaved it together.
You got to open those doors, man. That's, I mean, you know how great high definition is. I mean, people who see it keep wanting to see every game in high definition. Larry just said Boston will be in high definition, so hey, don't get it by tomorrow night, then next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at Fenway Park. And what a beautiful sight to see a full house at Fenway Park, 3 games. One of the oldest stadiums of baseball.
Two and 2 now to Ryan Rayburn.
Well, this should be a great incentive for Brett Anderson to get through this 6th inning. He's pitched great for 5. Got down some tough jams, and this is a great way to walk off. A little tip of the hat. Turn it over to the bullpen, but get through the 6th.
He gets Ryan Rayburn swinging for the 2nd time tonight.
Big breaking ball. This one stayed up, but Rayburn struck out with a fastball in the 1st inning with a couple of runners on base.
So Rayburn shaking his head. 1 out, and here's Brandon Inge. We mentioned the Red Sox. They won tonight 4-0 over the Orioles at Camden Yards. The Yankees are off tonight, so Red Sox pick up a half a game. They now lead the Yankees by 3.5. The Rays won again. Rays won 4-1 in Toronto, so Tampa Bay has won 6 in a row, and they remain 5 back. How about this, Ray? I don't know if you saw this note. Tampa Bay and Toronto, obviously in the same division, AL East. Their matchup tonight First time they've played each other this year. It was game number 78 for both teams.
Wow.
Rays and Jays. First game. They got 17 more to play.
Same division. I was just going to say, it takes them almost a half a year to meet once, and
it's amazing.
You get loaded up the next 3 months. And all those games on artificial surface. Rogers Center and Tropicana Field.
That's right. Three and two. The Rays beat Roy Halladay. Halladay was trying to become the major's first 11-game winner, but Rays 4, Jays 1. Halladay the loser. He's now 10-2. Jeff Neiman the winner.
You think about Brett Anderson, just over 100 pitches, but he is pitching with extra rest, and also pitching in San Diego. Remember the game in which Garcia Parr hit for him? They only threw 68 pitches in 5 innings in San Diego, so might be factored into Bob Guerin and Kurt Young as far as maybe building a little bit of confidence, a lot of confidence in Brett Anderson to get out of this inning, 6 strong innings. Allowing him to throw the extra pitches and not being that concerned about it.
Another 3-2 pitch bounced foul.
Anderson split over the 100 pitch mark only 3 times. Tops at 109 twice.
Maguire Ordonez is in the on-deck circle, and the 3-2 pitch is high, and that's the second walk of the inning, 4th of the game for Anderson, and Bob Guerin's coming out. So he has seen enough. 107 pitches for Anderson, and Michael Wirtz is coming in here in the 6th inning. So 5 1/3 for Brett Anderson, and he'll depart. Wirtz coming in 2 on and 1 out with Maguire Ordonez, the hitter. We'll be back.
Tickets for just $2. That's a bargain. Hot dogs are also just $1. So you come out for a 12:35 start, courtesy of Bart. You can order tickets online at oaklandathletics.com or call 877-493-BALL. Or, better yet, just come out here. For $3, you get a ticket, a hot dog, family of 4, $12. Take Bart. That's an afternoon.
That's a good deal.
That's an afternoon.
Be beautiful weather. Supposed to remain nice weather all week.
Michael Wirtz, as we mentioned yesterday, he and his wife Megan became the proud parents of Braxton Wirtz. Michael making his 35th of parents, and he was out here yesterday. He was available to pitch yesterday, and the A's needed him, so that's think of Felipe Alou. The story always comes to mind when he was managing. And one of his players would leave from birth of a child, and he said, I didn't see Moises for a whole year. And players now leave for 2 or 3 weeks. You know?
Yeah, Moises turned out okay,
yeah,
right?
Right. I said, I can't believe how long these guys take to have babies.
Well, Maguila Ordonez didn't look like he had much of a chance right there.
Well, the hard
3
sliders.
pitches.
Yeah, the hard sliders from Michael Wirtz. It's a great one. And again, it looks so much like the split finger fastball, but it's just a dive bomber straight to the ground. Ordonez's been doing a pretty good job hitting off-speed pitches, but that was a shake your head, and that's what he's doing, going back to the dugout.
So 2 outs. Here's Gerald Laird. Laird has struck out twice in the ballgame.
See, if you think about it, someplace Felipe Alou is saying, I like Michael Wirtz. I mean,
Yep.
right back in uniform.
He's pretty sharp yet, Felipe Alou.
Had the pleasure of being teammates of Jesus Alou back in the 70s.
Shot, and that's fair down the third base line. 1 run scores. That'll be Tim's. Inge will stop at third, and Gerald Laird with an RBI double gets the Tigers on the board. Good effort by Adam Kennedy, but it was just hit too hard.
Ball was up a little bit, and
Now batting, number 4.
big hard swing by Gerald Laird, and that's how close Kennedy came to making a spectacular play.
RBI number 19 for Laird. Here's Adam Everett. Now this becomes a very important batter for Michael Wirtz. He pops it just below us. Every once in a while the ball gets up this high. That was about as close as we've got this year.
I always like to have one come in here and have Marty duck.
He was there that time. I'll give him credit. He was protecting me. Quickly 0-2. So Wirtz has Adam Everett right where he wants him. What a great feeling if you have a pitch like Michael Wirtz has, that terrific slider, and you get ahead 0-2.
Yeah, you can bury it in the dirt,
Yep.
although difficult with a runner at third, but there it is. And a great stop blocked by Suzuki.
So the Tigers get a run, but that's it. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 5-1 A's. A's with a 5-1 lead, bottom of the 6th inning. Futeni, the left-handed reliever, got the final 2 outs of the 5th inning. Got Giambi and Suzuki. Here in the 6th, he'll face Sweeney, Cust, and Powell. A couple of left-handed hitters and then a switch hitter.
I like how you've been working on that name.
You know who I got it from?
Jim Price.
Oh, man, Jim Price. We have lots of favorite other team announcers because there's a lot of good guys out there that do our job for other teams. Jim Price, and I don't even know him that well. You've known him for a long time. He's in like the top 2, I think. He's a terrific guy. There he is on the left.
That's the man. He's the catcher. 1968 world champion. Detroit Tigers, and you ask him, it's all because of him. No.
He's a good guy.
Yes, he is. Dan Dickerson, his partner, had a little running accident. He was jogging and
that's right.
Had knee surgery, and so he's not able to travel. Jogging's fine, but those life cycles, stationary bicycles are much better. I mean,
that ball's driven deep to right center field. Gone.
Wow.
Stay hot, Ryan Sweeney.
Well, it's been a while since he trotted around the bases, but he can do it proudly after crushing this 92-mile-an-hour fastball. It's supposed to be away, down and in, and lefties love that. His third and first since May the 8th against another lefty, Scott Richmond of the Toronto Blue Jays. So a great swing, and we were just talking earlier about this opposite field hitting, and home runs will come. Well, it came tonight.
9 for his last 16. Tighten that up a little bit. He's 7 for his last 8. He's hot. So the second home run of the night for the Athletics, Ellis and Sweeney. It's a 6-1 A's lead.
Look at the 2 guys who hit home runs tonight. Jack Cust, the check swing, or actually the home run on Ryan Sweeney. But Sweeney came back. See the location of the fastball missed. When Sweeney was activated, he did not go down to rehab. No minor league play. Mark Ellis, who had a lot of extra time, did. And he talked about how important it was for him to do that, although, as he explained, it's true. He says it wasn't real major league pitching because they're in the minors, but still the opportunity to get some at-bats. Ryan Sweeney knew that when he first came back, he was pinch hitting. He said, man, it looked like they're throwing 200 miles an hour.
Well, and you know what? We could tell.
Sure.
I mean, he was laid on a lot of fastballs.
Absolutely.
But that didn't take long for that to change.
Exactly.
Cust, another foul ball. Count remains 0-2. So 10 hits now for the A's. And we're in the 6th. Looks like Freddie Dulce, the right-hander, will start to loosen up. Cust reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd and hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 4th. Just a bit low, I guess. Knee thought it was a strike.
Knee high.
That was pretty good pitching. Jack may have got a break. He's going to get another chance. 2-2. Swing and a miss on another slider. Well, Knee does have a pretty good slider. We've seen that in the 4 batters that he's faced.
That could be very tough on lefties. The only mistake he made was the fastball to Sweeney. But the slider, I've seen him throw more and more of the sliders to lefties.
Landon Powell had a base hit leading off the 5th. That started the 3-run inning. He also hit a line drive to left field in the 3rd. He's the DH tonight. All the games in the American League are final. We gave you most of the scores. The White Sox beat the Indians 6-3. That is the next team the A's will face in Cleveland. Granderson coming in. And it is major struggle time for the Indians. Tonight, they had a 3-2 lead going to the 9th inning at home against the White Sox. White Sox scored 4 in the top of the 9th and won the game 6-3.
So that would have been Kerry Wood.
You know, it was not off Kerry Wood, but part of that 9th inning collapse was the young man that they got from Mark DeRosa.
Oh, wow.
He came in to pitch. Big prospect reliever, Chris Perez, I think his name is. That was one of the guys they got from Mark DeRosa. But the Indians continue to have the worst record in the American League. With the loss, they're now 31-47. The Royals beat the Twins 4-2, so the Tigers keep a close eye on that, with the Twins in 2nd place in the Central.
I know some general managers have said that you can't penalize the manager because of poor play of the players. And I think in the case of Eric Wedge, who's a very good manager, and just a couple of years ago, very close to going to the World Series. I wanted to see the Red Sox come back from a 3-1 deficit and go on to the World Series and win with the Colorado Rockies. But he's a good manager, knows the players, and let's hope he's not the fall guy.
Ellis strikes out. But Ryan Sweeney, watch this sweet swing. A long home run. The A's now with a 6-1 lead. So Sweeney, after the home run, now slides over to right field, and Rajai Davis comes in the game to play center field. So Jack Cust is the odd man out. So Sweeney to right, Davis in center. And Michael works back to the mound.
Leading off, Curtis Granderson.
Top of the order for the Tigers: Curtis Granderson, Placido Polanco, Miguel Cabrera. So Brett Anderson, the starting pitcher tonight for the Athletics, 5 1/3, gives up just 1 run, 4 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. So work to be done by the A's bullpen, but he is in line for his 4th win of the year. So 1-2 to Granderson, who is 0 for 3 in the ball game. A ground out, a strikeout, and a line drive out to the shortstop. Ellis has it, quickly throws to first.
Time now for Carl's Jr. In your face. This date, June 29th, 1990. Dave Stewart pitched his first no-hitter in Toronto against his future club, Blue Jays, and also on the same day, Fernando Valenzuela. Would not let Stu have the day to himself as he pitched a no-hitter against the St. Louis Cardinals. That was at Dodger Stadium. So,
poor Stu, huh?
Stu's still upset about it.
I don't blame him. Fernando, you couldn't have waited till your next start.
Said that when he came in, and he's still thinking about it all these years later.
I don't blame him. I'm with Stu on that one.
Yeah. But Fernando was very confident that he was going to do it, as he told the video guys. You're watching on video, now you get to see one in real life, because I'm going to throw one also. And he did. By the way, where'd this wind come from?
I don't know. It just acted up big time. 1-2 to Placido Polanco. Polanco 0 for 3, so the top 2 hitters in the Tigers order, Granderson, Polanco, 0 for 7. Make it 0 for 8. Wirtz has got nasty stuff tonight. He's faced 5 hitters. He's struck out 3 of them. Swinging.
Number 24.
Again, a hard slider and perfectly thrown. Unhittable. And a good pitch to have, especially with 2 strikes.
Well, yesterday, the A's pitchers struck out 13. Tonight, they've struck out 10. So my scorecard is heavily dotted with red, and that means strikeouts.
Polanco doing what Ordonez did, shaking the head, and he just gave a shot of what Hike Henry did early in the season. Yeah. He saw Michael Wirtz for the first time. Anytime you get a hitter talking to himself or other players about a pitcher and his pitches, then that's a positive.
Oh, 0-2 to Cabrera, who's walked, singled, and grounded out. That one in the dirt, 1-2. Strike 3 called. Slider, and Cabrera gets caught looking. 4 strikeouts for Michael Wirtz in an inning and 2/3 of work. 6-1 A's 7th inning stretch coming up. Struck out 7 in 5 1/3. A's got their scoring going with that RBI single from Kurt Suzuki. That was in the 4th inning. Then in the 5th, a 2-run homer by Mark Ellis. That would give the A's a 4-0 lead. They added another run in that inning. And then in the 6th, Ryan Sweeney with his 3rd home run of the year. So good night offensively for the A's. They have scored 6 runs and they have 10 hits in the game. 1-5-0 for Detroit, 6-10-0 for the Athletics. Bottom of the 7th inning. Adam Kennedy, the leadoff man, will step in against Freddie Dolce. Freddie Dolce takes over. So Fute Ni, the left-hander, gave up 1 run in an inning and 2/3, and that was the Sweeney home run. He had 3 strikeouts. Polanco on the backhand and throws to first, so Kennedy is retired. So Adam Kennedy is now 2 for 4. Saw Dolce last year in the big leagues. He pitched against the A's a handful of times. This year, just his 3rd appearance in the big leagues. Freddie Dolce. 6 foot, just 160 pounds, and he is 26 years old. Off the end of the bat by Cabrera. Everett tracks it down. Brad Ziegler warming up for the A's.
Now batting, left fielder, number 5.
Michael Wood's outstanding following Brett Anderson, and Brad Ziegler will get at least the 8th, maybe the 9th also. Freddie Dolce, one of the power pitchers out of Jim Leland's bullpen. He'll throw mid-90s with a fastball, a good slider and a split finger changeup for his off-speed pitch.
First pitch to Matt Holliday is outside. That slider catches the outside corner. Holliday doesn't agree. 1-1. Holliday picked up an RBI and a fielder's choice, his 40th run batted in of the year. One and 2.
Got a backdoor 2-seamer and starts it outside, and so many times you see a right-handed pitcher throw that pitch and see the right-handed hitters give up on it, just catches the outside corner like a left-hander slider. Good pitch to hit the right field.
And Holliday does. To right center anyways, gets it past Polanco. So Matt Holliday is 2 for 4.
First baseman.
Stayed back very well on the slider after the fastball away. It might have been a split. Definitely off speed, and just how hard it was hit, Polanco was by him in a heartbeat.
So that is hit number 11 for the A's, and here's Giambi. Holliday takes off. He got a pretty good jump. The throw not in time. Matt Holliday got a good jump, and he can run. That is his 9th stolen base this year. He's 9 for 11.
High leg kick and kind of pause. And Gerald Laird absolutely no chance. And Dolce went to the dirt.
So the pitch was a ball to Giambi. Jason is 0 for 2. He walked and scored in the 4th. He's also grounded out and struck out swinging in the 5th. He did that against Ni. Good swing there. 95 miles an hour from Dulce. Could have been on the slide home. Giambi scored in the 4th inning.
And it was an unnecessary slide,
Yeah.
too. There's no throw of the ball that was handled by Cabrera.
So an RBI opportunity for Jason Giambi. He has 38 on the year. Jack Custa has 38. Holiday, the team lead of 40. Good take there by Jason. 3-1.
A critical pitch here. 3-1. First base open. Another splitter. Or get him to chase a fastball out of the strike zone. Probably will not be pitching to him.
Pretty good fastball there from Dulce on the inside corner to fill up the count.
And he shook off Laird to get to it. Looks like Laird had called the change up, but the split. We want to go to the fastball inside with a 2-seam movement.
Bounced over Dulce's head. Everett, the shortstop, throws wide and he throws it away. Holiday will score and Giambi will go to second. So the A's get their 7th run with some help from poor Tiger defense.
The base hit E6 or just a straight E6?
It's an error on the shortstop.
Yeah, he was going to get it just to pull him off the bag. So try to get G a hit, but definitely had to been a good throw. Would have had it.
Bobby Crosby will pinch run. So Jason Giambi is done for the night. No RBI for Jason, so he finishes the night 0 for 3, but scores a run and gets a run home there with a little help from the Tigers. Adam Everett's a very good defensive shortstop. A bit surprised because that really was a short throw, but he threw it wide. Kurt Suzuki fouls it back to even the count at 1-1.
I don't think I could think. It was a curveball that Dulce threw Giambi, and he topped it, so it had some funny spin, and maybe did not get a very good grip on the ball as it went into his glove before he threw.
Almost looked like he slowed down a little bit too, maybe thinking Giambi's not a real fast runner. I have time. Suzuki goes down hard off his foot. Oh,
it's on his above his foot, and the shin. Check the left shin. Oh.
Man. So that'll probably go away and feel better about like November.
Yeah, just add on to the rest of his bruises. Part of it, and you see him walk right between Walt Horn and Bob Guerin back to the plate. So now, okay, enough time. Let's go.
Two and two now to Suzuki.
That was a sympathy call. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
He deserves another chance.
All right, now we're even. Let's go. Set looked like it was about knee high right down the middle.
And now full count. Crosby is the runner at second. He's the pinch runner for Giambi. Dulce taking a lot of time. Suzuki hanging in there, fouls him to the right.
Well, Joe Larry's been around a long time. He's better than Major League catching, and which tells me one thing: he knows the hitters, and he also knows his pitchers, and he knows the best pitch to call with the pitcher and the different pitches he has. And to see guys shake off to the point that Laird actually stood up and took off his mask. Did you know? That's still a lot of shaking.
Reach for, poke towards second. Polanco has it, and Kurt Suzuki is retired, but an unearned run for the A's. They'll take it. We head to the 8th inning, 7-1 Athletics.
Our dog feed being donated to Dogs for Diabetics. Each guest receives an A's bandana and goodie bag with dog product samples. Space is limited, so order tickets now at oaklandathletics.com. Day is coming up July 17th, and after the All-Star break, All-Star game in St. Louis. Who will represent the Oakland Athletics?
It's a good question.
In St. Louis this year.
A good question. Maybe Kurt Suzuki, huh? Yeah. Maybe Matt Holliday. Bobby Crosby, after pinch running for Giambi, stays in the game at first base. Brad Ziegler comes on. 31st appearance for Brad. Good numbers. He pitched twice in the series over the weekend against the Rockies on Friday and on Sunday. Just foul. So Ziegler takes over here in the top of the 8th. Michael Wirtz, an inning and 2/3, gives up 1 hit. No walks and 4 strikeouts for Michael Wirtz. Oh, 2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Ziegler makes quick work of Marcus Timms.
It's the old frisbee, just drops down and floats the ball away from the right-hander, and perfect location, the outside part of the plate. Tempting, although as it turned out was a little bit off the plate, but still the swing and the miss.
Here's Ryan Rayburn. 6 of the last 7 outs A's pitchers have recorded have been strikeouts. 12 strikeouts in the game for the A's pitchers. Just one other game still going on in baseball. It's the Rockies and the Dodgers. They're tied 2-2. That game in the bottom of the 8th inning. So we were impressed with the Rockies, seeing them over the weekend. Pretty good lineup, decent pitching. So the Rockies trying to make a move on the Dodgers, but that game 2-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Giants won their game today 10-0. Tim Lincecum, another shutout, a 2-hit shutout for Lincecum. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
Well, he pitched against the Cardinals, and wherever the Giants are staying in St. Louis, he might as well make his reservation for 2 weeks or a week from Sunday, whenever the players will report to St. Louis, those on the All-Star team. Somebody will be flying from Tampa, St. Pete. Well, a lot of them will, because the Rays were the American League champions.
Yeah,
so Joe
that's
Madden
right.
and
the staff, anyways.
The staff and some players, along with an A's representative. We hope more than one. On to St. Louis for the Midsummer Classic.
Another strikeout. A's pitchers are just racking them up now. 13 in the game.
Now batting.
The ball just tailed back over the outside. Yeah, very good location by Brad Ziegler, and a different look. Michael Wirtz more over the top with his outstanding slider to record 4 strikeouts and 5 batters. If it's 6, there was a run scoring double in there, but still Michael Wirtz right over the top, and so they didn't bring somebody in from down under. Definitely a different look.
Brandon Inge scheduled a hit here, but he was replaced last inning by Don Kelly. And Kelly hits a ground ball to Mark Ellis. Kelly's retired. Brad Ziegler, a very nice, clean 3-up through down 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 7-1 Athletics. All right. The double flap helmet.
He's a little ligger.
That's right. Ryan Sweeney leading it off. Be followed by Cust and then Powell. Bottom of the 8th inning, the A's with a 7-1 lead over the Tigers in game 1 of this 3-game set. Ryan Sweeney is the story right now for the Athletics. He was 3 for 4 last night, or yesterday. He's 3 for 3 tonight. See the changes. Josh Anderson in left. Ryan Rayburn goes to first. Sweeney a single in the 2nd, an RBI single in the 4th, a solo home run in the 6th.
Now look at the location of the fastball on this pitch where Laird is set up outside. Look at the location. Inside corner, definitely a missed location. Right over the high definition sports, more HD sports, Comcast, Sportsnet, California. Perfect sign. That's why the sign is out there. Just let people know.
Up the middle, but Everett was shaded that way, and he throws out Sweeney. So Ryan Sweeney is retired for the first time tonight. He's 3 for 4. And Jack Cust will not hit. It'll be Rajay Davis. I stand corrected. Davis came in the game last inning for Cust. So Rajay is first at bat tonight, and he hits a high chopper. Kelly at third throws in time. Hey Ray, we made history tonight. There you go.
Wow.
First time in Oakland history that A's have struck out 13 or more hitters in back-to-back games. It's pretty good.
Well, you got Cy Young as a pitching coach, then that tells you something right there.
Strikeout machine.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That's great. Now on Saturday night, in game 2 of that Rocky series, the A's pitcher struck out 9, which is a pretty good number.
Well, Mazzaro yesterday with 8, the starting pitcher for the A's, and Brett Anderson 7 tonight. It's good starters, and that always helps if Russ Springer gets loose.
Landon Powell is 1 for 3. Mark Ellis would hit if Powell can get aboard. Driven to left, but Josh Anderson is there. Side retired. So 3 up, 3 down inning. We're headed to the 9th inning. The A's with a 7-1 lead. As Russ Springer is coming in. This is what they'll have for you tonight. Recaps of A's game and the Giants game. Update on Giants top prospect Buster Posey. And a big day in the NHL. Qualifying offers are sent out today. Who are the Sharks keeping? Who are they letting go? We'll let you know. Damon Andrews and Scott Reese at the controls. A's 3 outs away from a much needed win as Russ Springer comes in for the 33rd time. He faces Magler Ordonez, Gerald Laird in the on deck circle, and then Adam Everett. So it's been Anderson, Wirtz, Ziegler, and Springer. Ryan Sweeney into foul territory, and he tracks it down right in front of the Tigers bullpen, so he's not going to get a whole lot of help down there. Sweeney didn't need it. 1 out here in the ninth.
Number 8, Gerald Laird.
This will bring up Gerald Laird. Laird has driven in the only run for the Tigers tonight with a double in the 6th inning. It scored Marcus Timms. And the reminder to join us tomorrow night, 6:30 A's pregame live, 7 o'clock. Gio Gonzalez, Armando Galarraga. Game 2 of the series right here on CSN California. And then on Wednesday, it'll be afternoon baseball on TV, 12:35. Dallas Braden and Justin Verlander. Verlander's kind of the guy you hope to miss if you're facing the Tigers in a series, but he's been very good this year. So is Dallas Braden. That's a good pitching matchup.
Verlander, the guy, kind of the guy that you like to have a 2-0 lead in the series and try to sweep with them on the mound. But a lot of similarities, I think, in Porcello and what he's going to be, what Justin Verlander has turned out to be. Of course, Rookie of the Year, pitched in the World Series, so a lot of good things for the right-hander. Joel Zumaya, hard throw out of the bullpen. You're really happy to see him healthy.
0-2 to Gerald Laird. Very high and playable for Rajai Davis. 2 outs.
Number 4.
Since the double by Laird,
that's it.
The 6th inning, that is it.
His bullpen has been outstanding tonight.
A lot of those forward and backward caves.
So here's Adam Everett, 2 outs in the 9th. There's a strike. Adam Everett is 1 for 3. He had a base hit back in the 3rd inning. Just 5 hits in the game for the Tigers. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Maybe Springer be fitting if he finished the game with a strikeout. That has been one of the stories tonight for the A's pitchers. 13.
Last 9 batters, 8 first pitch strikes and 4 strikeouts. So trying to make it 1 more strikeout, but more importantly, the out to get the W.
And it's lined to right on an 0-2 pitch. So Everett hanging in there, and he gets his 2nd hit tonight.
And this was a pitch just outside, just trying to go with it. Just threw the bat at the ball. And
Now batting,
Adam Everett,
Curtis
pretty good hitting. Was kind of protecting with 2 strikes.
So it'll be the top of the order, Curtis Granderson. These have done a nice job keeping Granderson off the bases. 0 for 4. He's grounded out, struck out, lined out, and then grounded out again. Just a bit off the plate, 2-0. Fastball from Springer.
A lively fastball at 93. It's back to the zip with a ball coming out of his hand and just getting on the hitter very quickly.
And now 2-2. Russ Springer, even though been around a long time, still does have a pretty good fastball. The A's fans on their feet as Russ Springer tries to finish it off. End this 5-game losing streak that the A's are on. Pop up foul.
Maintain their 4-game lead over the Twins. If the A's hang on to win this game, with the Twins losing. That's one thing about playing a West Coast team.
You know what you're up against, right?
That has already happened. It's the Twins in Kansas City. It's a couple of hours ahead.
(3-2). Everett runs and it's fouled back. I just thought if you were in a hot pennant race with another team working down through the month of September, I'd rather be playing first.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody feels that way.
With these out-of-town scoreboards and the manually operated here, there have been some great shots, and thinking over the past to the score dropping about the time of a walk-off home run here. And
no question.
Just picked up a couple of games, so I mean it's a fun thing.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Indeed, Springer ends it in style. The 14th strikeout for A's pitchers. So the bullpen terrific. Ryan Sweeney another 3-hit night.